I don't like countdowns.
It's right there.
Oh, I see it.
John, breathe with us.
Can you do that like when we first start? Just like do that breathing and then...
It's a secret. Yeah. Aries? Oh.
No. I hear it.
Hello.
I was figuring there's like some nicotine in here, like paper or something.
Oh, sorry about that. We're a flotation therapy center.
Sensory deprivation.
Sensory deprivation, man.
Apple cider and no more nicotine. We just do a live stream.
24 seconds.
Do this.
Thanks for coming by, man. Take it easy, bro.
Oh, Lord.
10 seconds. Woo! We're almost live, yo.
I don't know, man. That was
Nick,
the weirdest.
Let's lock the door. Let's lock the doors.
Does that happen all the time?
Not all the time.
No, that's never happened.
Hey, 2, 1, live.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Floating Light Live. Whoa! Are we now?
Yep, live. Do it again.
Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome back to our Floating Light Live. We have a very special guest here today with us. Her name is Valerie. She is the owner of V-Skin Studio. Valerie is an esthetician with a passion and knowledge for skin health, to relight and the confidence inside each person's soul, and to educate the importance of skincare. I will be your host today, Megan. I also have Dan on the couch with us as well. You guys, we do also have all of your comments on our screen up here so everybody can see them. If you have any questions, please comment. We do see them all live. Say hello. Show us the heart button. Send us some love. And we will be back in just a few moments.
So you see how it says hello? That's what you'll see.
What's up, guys?
Wait, hello.
You're back.
Shalom.
How many are watching?
11 people. I know. What's up, guys? As always, we are going to start today off with how Valerie's float went today. Dan and I both also were able to float as well. So we are going to head over to the couch cam.
Dum, dum, dum.
Now you're on camera.
Oh, thanks.
I got you. There's like a 15-second delay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
So how was your float today?
It was good. It was kind of difficult to relax because I knew this was happening, but with what I do, I get a lot of body pain. So this was able to help like physically relax my muscles. It's insane because while I'm floating, and I usually like to stretch in there, I can like hear popping. So it's really satisfying to hear that.
Beautiful. Dan, how was your float?
My float this one was the most different one out of all of them. Usually when I go to float, I'm always like, what does the universe want me to know? But like I treated this one like more of a maintenance thing. Like I haven't done yoga in some time because I'm starting to recover with my knee, and so I was just really stretching in there today. Like this was the first time like I ever like was like trying to make my head go as far as to touch my toes as I could, because since you're in that zero gravity, you're like literally floating, so you get some nice stretches as you were just mentioning.
Do you go in the cabin or the pod?
This was in the pod.
Oh.
And it was big enough for that, and I'm like, this is crazy. How is this happening? And I realized I could actually stretch all the way in the pod. Like you do touch a little bit, but way less than I thought it was. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great float. I feel rejuvenated.
You said you had floated for about 35 minutes? Ish.
About, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Aaron. That was so nice.
11 of the best people.
It's cool.
Yes.
How was your float, Megan?
Yeah. It was good. It was okay.
You can tell Megan when she floats because she's all like in the bleh.
The post
Yeah,
float
I
glow.
get really out of it, but like, I'm in this stage of healing right now, and it's all really confusing, and trying to unlock the next step, and I'm really struggling with it, and I don't know how to, and it's really frustrating. I'm also learning a lot of patience though, because I'm at this point where I'm just like, I want to be there, but it's like calm down. And I kind of stated that too during my float. It was like, not yet. And I was like, come on. Fine, I'll wait, I guess. So I'm learning a lot of patience. I know that once I do unlock all that needs to be, I'll be the person that I really want it to be. And that's my end goal, my big goal. One of the biggest things that I've been wanting to unlock. I've started it now, so it's gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to see where I'm gonna be able to go. But it was nice. I got a little bit of the stress relief that was needed
Nice.
out of today, and along with body, everyday aches and pains. So that was good. Exactly what was needed.
It's awesome.
So, Valerie, what made you want to be an esthetician?
Okay, I love this question, and I get a little emotional when I talk about it, and I might get fidgety, but when I was 19, my skin broke out in intense acne, and I try to stay away from bad acne because I feel like that doesn't encompass what happened. It was very inflamed, very red, very, very painful, and to this day I still don't know what triggered it. Growing up I had acne, but it wasn't that intense. So I went to a doctor for help. She was very, very sweet. She gave me options for medications. I went down one route, and all I got was a prescription and a pamphlet on the medication. It was tretinoin. And I had no idea how to care for my skin. I don't think skin health is second nature to humans. I don't think you enter into this world and it's like, hey, I know to cleanse my face and to moisturize and do all this stuff. So I did research when I got home. And I am very type A, so I needed to have a timeline. I needed to know what to expect, when to expect it, when my skin was going to get better. And I just fell in the rabbit hole of skin health. And being a professional now, I know that there's some things I could have changed in my journey, but it's what I had to take. So the acne medication that I was on, I went through a horrible purging state, which is where your skin gets worse before it gets better. I was very frustrated. I knew how physically and emotionally painful acne could be. I remember one of my friends at the time, she asked me to go shopping with her, and I really didn't want to wear makeup that day. So I was like, how bad could it be? Just go shopping without makeup on. Meanwhile, my cheeks were just covered in very inflamed pustules, which is like the whiteheads. And I was at the store with her, and I remember seeing a girl stare at my face, and I knew that she was just staring at my acne. I was like, no, just look away. And it was I remember looking in the mirror in the dressing room, and I was just looking at my acne. I'm like, this is awful. Like, I know how bad it sucks to have it. So I was working at Home Depot at the time over by the mall. I was a cashier, and I was over on one of the computers, and I looked up skincare professional because I knew that I wanted to help people who are dealing with this.
Nice.
Because it is a struggle. A lot of people deal with acne, and when you have acne, you think it's your fault, but it's not your fault. And it took me a couple years to figure out my acne. I actually went on Accutane thinking that was going to solve it, and I still break out. So now I am actually a certified acne specialist.
Nice.
So I'm able to help people with their acne, not only through treatments, but also home care and taking a look at what they do at home, because everything can trigger it. Diet, lifestyle choices, what you use in your laundry. So we dive deep. So in my acne consultations, we take 75 minutes to not only check your skin for sensitivity, but also just look at everything that could be triggering your acne. So I became an esthetician because I knew what it was like not being confident in your skin. And it's been a journey. So it took me a couple of years to become an esthetician, but I knew when I was 19 that I wanted to, and when I was 21, I went to school for it.
Beautiful.
Why do you think it had taken you so long to go to school for it?
Because of my financial situation. I didn't grow up with money, and I didn't have money at that age. I was living on my own. And it was strugglesome. But when I was 21, a school opened up that took financial aid, and it was actually when I first met my fiance. We were just freshly dating, and I told him about it, and he's like, you need to go for it. So I went for it, and he helped me a lot. So, yeah. That's why it took me so long. In the meantime, I was going to UW-Fox taking some communication classes. But I knew that I wanted to go to school for aesthetics.
How many times have you floated, Valerie?
4 times. This is my 4th time. The first time we came here was my fiance, his name is Jacob. I'm just going to call him Jacob. He was having neck and hip pain. And he works out at 4 o'clock every morning.
Nice.
And he noticed that he was having some pain in his neck and his hips. And no matter how many times he went to the chiropractor, it still wasn't clicking into place. And we figured it was a muscle issue. So I suggested Float Light. We came here. He loved it. He felt a tremendous difference. I, on the other hand, I have really bad anxiety. It's like almost crippling to the point. And my first float, I was like, I could not stop thinking. It wasn't until my 3rd float that I finally was able to relax. And what I had to do was I had to think about stuff that I liked about myself. I know it sounds super cheesy, but I had to actually sit down and lay down and think about stuff that I liked about myself. That way it was a little bit of self-care, taking a moment for yourself and reintroducing yourself.
Well, thank you for giving us so many tries, 3 times. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you for realizing that this has to be good.
Yeah, no, and it's good. And if you have anxiety, especially if it's intense, it's going to take a couple of tries. I had posted about my 3rd try on Facebook. It was actually on my business page, and my sister called me, and she has 3 kids, and she just wanted to know more about it. And I'm like, well, you just have to experience it for yourself because it's different for everyone.
It's interesting you state that the whole self-talk when you went in.
Say that again?
The whole self-talk thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting you state that because I've had ones where I went in and I was literally in pure panic, which is very uncommon for me. Usually,
you seem like a very mellow person.
Yeah, I'm very opposite usually.
Yeah, it's the float.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have a trigger in there, and I had really bad insomnia. I was having bad insomnia. I was having trouble sleeping. I was having really bad dreams. Everything was just super off. And I went in and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And my paranoia set in, right away. And I was like, whoa, this isn't okay. This is my safe place. This is, the one place where, I'm always okay. That, I can be my true, authentic self. This is where I can be me. And I started freaking out, and I was like, no, like, you are strong, you are powerful, you are worthy. And, like, within, like, 10 minutes, it all, like, evaporated. And I was
Wow.
intense.
Sometimes you just have to talk yourself through it.
Yeah. Well, and at the time, too, so, like, I was seeing a visual of, like, a hand around my throat.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the bubble, there's, a little bubble, and it was, like, all my insecurities. And I was like, whoa.
You were able to see that in your mind?
Oh, yeah.
Insane. Insane as in like really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
We know what you're
I
trying to
could.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You know what you mean.
Someone said thank you so much for sharing your story.
Aaron.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's Cody.
Hi,
Look at all the
Cody.
float fam that are joining us today.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're pretty active today. What's up, everybody?
My phone's in my pocket and it keeps vibrating, so I wonder if this has something to do with it.
Probably. All the comments.
Fam.
So, beyond that, then, opening a business. What was that step like?
It was stressful, but amazing at the same time. So when I thought about opening up my own studio, I reached out to a friend of mine who is also a client and is also a business owner. And it's about a year and a half ago, her second facial with me, she asked me if I ever thought about owning a business. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't be able to handle that. But I think she really just planted that seed in there. And it took a little bit because I love having my own business. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of sleepless nights. Actually, the first 2 weeks I was open, I had a continuous twitch in my left eye that wouldn't go away. And it's because when you're opening up, you have to think of all angles and what's going to happen. And you want to make sure that your clients are happy and how to bring in new clients. And my biggest fear was, as an esthetician, is just being buried by all the other estheticians in the areas that I would be buried, and I wouldn't be able to like help people, or I wouldn't be seen, because I really do have this. It's so silly to say it, but I didn't have a purpose until I became an esthetician. Yeah. I know that's silly to say.
No, we could hear it in your words.
It's like
you
my
have a
anchor.
Purpose, yeah.
So I just really wanted to help people with their skin and feel confident in it. So it was like a boulder on my back because I just wanted to help and I wasn't sure if I could execute it thoroughly. So, but now that I'm open, I've been open for, it's going to be a year in April, and it's been the best thing. I just opened up an office next to my room. So I rent a space in Alternatives. It's a wellness center over off of Northland Avenue. It's across from Bethesda Thrift Store. So I rent a room in there, and I just opened up an office next to mine so I could do consultations and have a retail space.
Nice.
So
you're across the street from Alternatives?
I'm in Alternatives.
In Alternatives.
In Alternatives, yes. Across from Bethesda.
I know exactly where you are. I know a lot of people who work there.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like who, if you don't mind me asking?
Catherine Rose. She's my Reiki mentor.
Oh, nice.
I know Bethany. She's
Okay.
my tarot reader.
Yes, okay. When I saw that Bethany was there, she was actually my voice coach in high school. So when I saw her, I just got extremely happy, and I had a reading by her, and she is so spot on.
Wow.
Yeah. So, crazy story. So the place across the street, in the other building, Oasis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So the woman that works there.
Mm-hmm.
So I had found my mentor in like January, February. We met. We had rekindled at a mutual funeral,
Okay.
and she gave me her card, and I lost it.
Oh no.
And then I met at Moises, the massage therapist there. I met her in probably April or so. And we got talking, and she was talking about somebody. This person was so amazing. And she said, Kathy. And I was like, wait, like Catherine Rose? Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I know her. I was like, is there any way you can give me your number? She's like, yeah, like, I'll ask her. I was like, all right. So she had given it to me, because, like, I had lost it. So, like, we rekindled, and she gave me my level 1 in Reiki. She gave me my level 2. And I've known her since I was, like, 8. So I've known her for a very long time. We lost contact for probably 13 years or so.
Okay.
And then we rekindled it. Now I go to her actually quite a bit, whether it's personal stuff, energy stuff, massage stuff. But she's actually retiring.
Oh.
She's actually in retirement right now.
Nice.
And it's probably the best thing that's actually honestly happened to her.
Yeah.
She had fallen down the stairs probably over a year ago.
Yeah.
She had that huge accident.
Yep.
She had fallen, and it was crazy because it literally forced her to slow down. And then her partner Sheila had ended up going septic.
Oh no.
And she was in the hospital for a while. So it was forcing them both to slow down.
Yes.
And now they're able to spend a lot of quality time together, which they both like need. They're both very spiritual, both amazing women. I love them so much. I talk about them a lot. They both mean a lot to me. But I know a lot of the women that are in there. I also take the ortho class that was in there, for the massage therapists.
Okay. Are you a massage therapist?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
No.
I'm our massage therapist here.
Okay.
So, we did some ortho classes there, and some of the other girls that
What
worked
is
in
it called?
orthobionomy.
Okay.
And some of the other girls who worked in there, that were massage therapists, had joined the classes as well.
Okay.
So they all got continuing education in it with me, and
I know that there was multiple Catherines in alternatives. I don't think I met Catherine Rose, but I know the other Catherine who's a massage therapist.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
she's
Well, she was a massage therapist.
Catherine
many
Rose?
years, yeah.
Okay.
But then she went into energy work.
Gotcha.
So she used to be across from Bethany's room.
Okay.
Now she was on the complete opposite side.
Okay.
So she had switched, but she was only there for... I can't remember when she really lost her place, but
Okay.
it's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's insane.
And she had to cut her ties with it, so she was so sad. She
Yeah.
was so sad, but
Well, it's hard to say goodbye to something that you've been doing and passionate about for years.
she's been doing it for over 30 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
She actually owned Massage Connection downtown.
Oh, did she?
Yep. Then she sold it, and now actually Inspire is in there now.
Okay.
So that's like super like nostalgic for me.
Where did you go to school?
Actually Tech.
Okay.
So I went to the Tech, and I think they maybe now have an esthetician
They
program.
do. They do.
So-
They have an esthetician and a cosmetology program.
Yep, and I had seen that as well. That was like super interesting. That was after like I had left.
Yeah.
I was their second class.
Okay.
So like we didn't have changing rooms in our rooms, in our classroom, so like we had to like walk the halls in togas.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh my gosh.
Really great. But yeah, it was amazing. It was just amazing.
Awesome.
It was a good class.
Awesome. Cool.
What made you want to go to alternatives? Do out of alternatives?
A client actually referred me to look at the space. You'll probably like this story. So she referred me to go to the space, and I walked in there, and I first noticed that there was windows, which I love because I just want sunlight. But obviously, I have to have the windows closed because I do skin treatments, dermaplaning, but I also do body waxing, and I specialize in female anatomy Brazilians. So you clearly don't want the windows open for that. But I love that I was able to open up the shades and just have the light come in. And I was really pondering on whether I should go off on my own or not. I do have a lot of insecurities and confidence things I need to work on with my confidence. And so I remember I had a guided meditation session with one of my friends, Holly Tools. She is phenomenal. I love Holly. And I'm a very high-strung person, so she just had me breathe and meditate.
Thank you, Erin.
And what I saw in my head was the treatment room that I looked at, and I was talking to her about it. I'm like, I think I want to do this, and she really encouraged me to do it. So it was more like a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be my next step.
Yeah.
So it's really awesome.
I like that. So how does skin health and wellness go together?
Well, skin is the largest organ on your body. And it's incredibly important to protect it and to nourish it and to heal it. And you only get, I guess, skin, you only get one skin for the rest of your life. And it's not impossible, but it's better to maintain it versus to correct it. So it's very important to protect it and to nourish it and to treat it. It's professionally recommended to get a skin treatment every 4 to 6 weeks. That's because every 28 days you have a new layer of skin. If you have concerns like acne or hyperpigmentation, it's recommended to do it sooner. It all depends on your treatment plan. The question was, how does skin health and wellness go together? Yeah, because it's the largest organ on your body. So it's just incredibly important too.
You were stating things that like trigger acne too.
Yes. So things that trigger acne is, well, stress. High stress can trigger acne. That can adjust your hormones. If you're a woman, certain birth controls can affect it. Certain medications as a whole can affect it. Things that you put in your laundry, like fabric softener, can trigger it.
Is there anything that you would like keep an eye out for in the ingredients, or just?
I have a list of ingredients that I look at, and when someone comes in for an acne consultation, we dive deep into it. They actually go home with a folder with handouts on what to look for in skincare, in makeup. And we go over things that could trigger it that's not exactly in that. Like if you wear lotion and then you like put your hand on your face a lot, that can cause breakouts. So what I look for is in skin analysis, where are you breaking out? What is the severity of that breakout? And I just ask the questions based off of that. Because every acne client is going to be different. Their acne is going to come from something different than another person. So that's why it's so important to go to someone who knows about acne, because what works for you may not work for me. So yeah, with acne, we dive deep in the consultation. So I look at everything from laundry to medications, lifestyle. Like if you're a swimmer, or your job, if you work around oils or inks, your diet too. Certain things can trigger with diet.
Can you give us some examples, like definitely pasta, or like
well, processed foods, because of the sugar in there. When your body sweats, it exerts some of the things that you eat. So if you have a high sugar diet, that's in your sweat. And in every pore, there's a bacteria called P. acne bacteria. It's in everyone's pores. And when that pore gets clogged, it's not able to regulate itself. So then it keeps multiplying and growing, and that's where acne comes from.
Wow.
So yes, processed foods, peanut butter.
Oh no!
Yeah, but you have beautiful skin. It's okay.
I don't.
But here's the thing with acne,
thank
though.
you.
Here's the thing with acne is, it is a condition. It's a skin condition that you have, either inherently or in your genes. You have it. Because what happens is your skin cells shed 5 times faster than people without acne. So that's very important to treat it. And with acne, it's not an overnight fix. It takes, my aunt is watching. Hi, Aunt Janine. Awesome. She was actually there when I was born, so it's cute. What was I saying? So it takes, it's not an overnight fix. It takes, on average, In my acne program, it takes about 3 to 4 months is the average.
Yeah.
However, a full life cycle of acne is about 90 days. So if you have active lesions or active acne and then impactions, which is the start of acne, you just have to cycle through that.
I have a question. So,
Yes.
like, the majority of what you do now, how much of that was taught to you, and how much of it was you seeking out this knowledge? Like, was everything just you, pretty much?
Yeah, okay. So in aesthetic school, in my experience, thanks, Aunt Janine, they taught me the basics. They teach you skin anatomy, they teach you the modalities, and they teach you hygiene, how to be safe. So if someone comes in with like a skin disorder that could be contagious, I know not to treat them because then that can spread. So they teach you what you need to know to start off in the industry and to pass your boards. So I did 600 hours of aesthetics work, and then I did a written and practical test. I had to pass both of those in order to get my license. So I got the basis, and then my first job, I actually did a lot of education through the International Dermal Institute, both in Chicago, Minneapolis, and I did some online work through California. So aesthetic school taught me the basis. The rest I sought after. So with my certification as an acne specialist, I purchased that continuing education. And it doesn't stop there because I plan on doing much, much more. Sometimes I think that I've only been an esthetician for about 3.5 years because I feel like I've been doing this forever.
I'm back. I'm here. So Aaron James has a question. Do you deal with scars?
The scarring.
Scars.
What type of scars?
Well, any type of scars.
Like, what if someone took a knife? No.
That's like that's a hospital.
So,
I want to know.
yes.
It'd be a hospital-related scar, right?
No, but like, it's scarred, so it's healed.
So my scope of practice is in the epidermis of the skin. If it is a deep scar, a raised scar, that is something that will have to be looked at by a doctor because I can't open you up and like free fix that. But there is something called microneedling that can help with the collagen and elastin in the skin that helps with like acne scarring or scarring that's not as raised. Which I don't do yet, but I'm hoping that's in my five-year plan.
Bam, Steve.
5-year plan.
5-year plan.
I hope to see you tomorrow, brother. So, wanted to ask you a quick question while I'm here.
Yes.
How did you discover the sacred space?
I wish that you guys can see how he's asking this question.
They can see it.
No, I wish I could see everything, though.
Okay, say that again.
That would be on Josh. How did you discover the sacred space we call Floatlight?
How did I discover Floatlight?
Yeah.
Through my previous employer.
So we actually think that your space is sacred too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You'll have a story to tell, and you can certainly share. But I wanted to know how you discovered us because I swear I remember meeting you.
I met you we met a few times at my previous employer's place, but I also met you at that wellness expo.
Self-care and
Flourish?
wellness summit.
Self-care, yes, not Flourish.
Okay.
I wanted to go to that one really bad, but we had
cool.
our nephew's birthday party that
Oh,
day.
dude, we had a fun time. Daniel and I.
Don't rub it in.
Yes.
Daniel had.
Wait, was that the one where you're playing on the apparatuses?
Oh,
for
yeah.
Aaron's band?
Oh,
John had one of the best times.
I was on the pole.
Okay, I
was
do,
on
And
the
the
pole,
swing.
and I was on the swing, and
I do pole
everyone knows
classes.
me
That's
now because
not
I have people
easy.
who walk into Floatlight. They're like, "You were on that swing. You were on that pole. You did an amazing job." I'm
There's
like,
pictures all over the
"Dude,
internet.
I am a natural."
Aerial dance is like getting everywhere. Even my chiropractor was like,
Wow.
they saw them and he tried some of the apparatuses too.
That's awesome.
It's an incredible workout.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like how you call it an apparatus.
Yeah.
So it is.
It's a euphemisation. I like it. Anyhow,
Wait,
well,
is that
you
something
think
else?
about it. I mean, yeah, it gets
Euthanized?
some connotation, but no, seriously, awesome. Love the aerial arts, and I love the aerial arts of
Yes.
Appleton, and they're awesome people. In fact, some of them come to float. One of them was in our commercial.
Oh, really?
Daniela. Daniela? No, it's Daniela. You know,
Is she an instructor or does she go there?
she's a go there.
I have not met her.
Oh, she's a go there. Is that how we... Okay, but no, seriously. So you worked for Komorbi & Co.
Yes, I did.
And I worked. Oh yes, worked.
Yes.
My bad. And so I met you there.
Yes.
And I think you said float light.
Say that again?
Float light. You said float light. You're like float light or something to that effect, right?
Maybe. I think that was at the
pointed at his
center. I
shirt.
think that was at the expo.
Float light.
Oh, but no. Yes, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was with a little kid, right? His name was Jaden. Powerful young Jaden.
Powerful young Jaden.
Woo!
You are testing my memory.
That's okay. I don't even remember myself. But no, you heard about float light, and then you came in with your fiance, and you had a
did.
chance to float. And
Yep.
you were just telling us before the show that he loved it.
He
And-
did. We've been
yeah.
here twice together.
Beautiful.
Dude, awesome. It makes a really great date night, doesn't it?
It does. We actually came here for our anniversary, I think. Yeah. We
Well,
came here
thank
for our
you.
anniversary.
We're truly honored to be able to have you come here on your anniversary. I think that is really quite amazing.
We have a routine. We come here, we float, and then we go and get sushi.
You think you'll do that again?
Oh, yes, of course.
Where'd you guys go for sushi?
Katsuya.
Very good. Katsuya is it's bomb.
I love the Loro's roll with cream cheese. I always get it when I
You
go
do the
there.
sushi or you do the hibachi?
Sushi.
Okay, right on. Do you like the soft shell crab?
Oh, the spider roll? I actually...
Well, that is one. You can
it's one of them, yeah.
you can get the soft shell crab, the entire thing.
Yep. So
my favorite.
like I was talking to...
I know people are like, "What are you talking about? It looks like a crab. You eat the whole thing. It's amazing."
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, my family, my mom's side is from New Orleans, so I grew up with crab, soft shell crab,
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
crawfish.
My family's from Baltimore, so I used to actually go out and catch the crabs. That's a terrible. I'm sorry for anybody else. Aries is in the back, like, dude, I'm from the South, bro. You better respect. No, but seriously,
Nice.
it's cool that you found your way here, and we're just happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You know, you have a story to tell. You come here a couple
So,
times.
Yeah. It's so worth it to come here because, like I said, my body is in constant pain, and this really helps a lot with it.
Oh, so Scott wants to know, do you do anything for psoriasis?
That is a good question. I have not focused my education on psoriasis just yet.
No, Melissa, we don't
If it
catch
is,
the crabs. We trap them.
If it is intense, I usually suggest going to a dermatologist, and
I
I
had
think
to say
that's
it.
really important as an esthetician is to know what your limits are,
Yeah.
when to refer to a dermatologist, and when you can treat it. I am currently looking into a new skincare line that targets more sensitive skin. So for right now, no, but in the future, possibly.
There we go.
Have you ever heard of pharmacy or Dr. CT Tuna
I have
or
heard
C
of
Tuna?
pharmacy,
Oh gosh.
I believe.
My crew is regrettably informing me that they are voting me off the board for that last statement.
Oh.
I apologize for those words. I'm just kidding. I feel like Elon Musk right now. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry.
The joke is hilarious.
Okay. Let's just keep going.
What's your favorite service?
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna give it back to
obviously,
Megan. Megan, you can take the seat.
obviously, I like to do skin
friends.
treatments. I like to do skin treatments because that's what I became an esthetician, is to help people with their skin. Becoming an esthetician, though, I did not realize how much I would take an interest in female anatomy Brazilians. I love that service because that's when I get to know most about my client, because they're in a very do you know what Brazilians are?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It's intimate waxing. So that's when you're in such a vulnerable state, and women, they usually come in and they are nervous. They've usually never done it before. So it's my time to help them relax. So So I did not become an esthetician to do waxing, but I ended up falling in love with it as I became one.
What are some
Valerie,
relaxation?
Valerie, I have a really important question for you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
When I was editing your photo, because you were like totally flattering me with my awesome editing skills, I can't be focused here. But in the background, it said, "I'd wax that."
Yes.
It's the best thing ever.
Yes.
Explain it, because that was super funny when I saw that.
I wanted that apron when I first saw it. It's a black apron, and it says, "I'd wax that." I hope that I expand my waxing journey. But right now I'm focusing on body waxing and female anatomy Brazilians. But at my last job, we joked about, well, not joked, we talked about possibly doing male Brazilians in the future.
Nice.
But then after I left, I kind of just wanted to focus on what I currently do and mold that to perfection before I expand anything else.
There was there's
I should have brought it, my apron. Yeah.
There's a
Awesome.
there's a woman. She did Pure Romance,
Okay.
and she went and got one done, and she had recorded her face.
I saw that video.
And I was like, this is the best thing ever.
I know.
And she's like, you don't think it's gonna hurt? Like, you know it's gonna hurt, but then you're like, then you do it and you're like, yeah, this hurts just 5 times worse than it actually does.
It does, but it's a temporary pain.
Right,
and
absolutely.
Yes, and I joke with my clients that I feel like my name should be Helga and I should be Russian and I should have like that hat on.
What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Burger?
From Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
So Flow fam, you guys ever? Okay.
Anybody seen Austin Powers? Gotta watch that scene.
Which one?
With Olga.
The original?
I don't remember which one it was, but remember how he's getting waxed?
Yeah, it's the original.
He was totally getting waxed, for sure.
Or is it the second one? Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I've never seen it.
Oh man.
Melissa,
Oh my gosh, you have to
I
see
feel
that.
you.
Send her the clip. Send her the clip.
So,
I wish we could play that right now.
do you have any tips on women's first Brazilians?
Um,
Because like that's like it's very interesting that you came today. My friends and I were all getting ready to go on a cruise,
yeah.
and we're just talking about this the other day. We're like, if we do it, then we have those 2 weeks where we don't have to worry about it
Correct.
potentially.
Correct.
So we're like, oh, like what are we gonna do? So like they're talking on it, and Melissa just stated, you know, she's scared to get one done, and like I totally feel you. I
Yes, they are scary if you've never had them before. But you will survive, I assure you.
Is this
My-
something that can be live streamed somehow?
No.
Facial
Not yet.
expressions.
Oh yeah, facial expressions.
Facial expressions.
Nice. Or like the talking, like how do you get someone comfortable like when they are in your chair? What do you like what are some relaxing techniques?
Well, I talk them through it.
Yeah.
I explain to them what I'm going to do. And I usually ask them questions.
Can you put context in there? I did not know what that was.
What?
My comment was definitely not necessary.
No, it's fine because Megan answered the question. She said
did.
just do the faces, and I'm not saying like
Yeah.
you could also show like talking someone through it. So like
I
you were
got
saying, you talk them through it.
Yeah, I talk them through it, and I try to, what's the word I'm looking for? I ask them questions that will, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like I have float brain right now.
You do.
I do. I can't think of the word.
ease it.
Distract.
Oh, distract. I
Yes.
was not thinking that word.
Yes.
I know what you're thinking.
Yes, I try to distract them, and I ask them if it's a new client to me, but have had Brazilians in the past. I ask them what did they like that their last wax technician did, and what didn't they like that
Those are
their
good
last
questions, yeah.
that their last wax technician did, because I want to know. I want to kind of gauge what they do and do not like. Do they like the art of surprise where I don't count down and I just rip, or do they like smaller strips? Because it's very much their experience, and I want to make sure that they're as comfortable as they can be, because it's not a comfortable service. It's very embarrassing. It's very
Personal.
it's very yes, it is. And as women, I feel like we are very hard on ourselves. And I tell people that I have seen, can I say vagina on here? Yeah. I've seen so many vaginas that there's no judgment in my studio. So there, and it all depends on the person, on what I do, because everyone is different. I had one woman who was 8 months pregnant, getting her very first Brazilian, and I was so nervous. You can still get Brazilians while you're pregnant, but your skin is so sensitive. So the whole time I was like, she is going to kick me in the face. Not once did she flinch. She didn't flinch at all. She didn't even make a noise. It was insane on how high her pain tolerance was. And there are women who are very, very nervous, who need to hold on to like a cloth or a stress ball. Typically when I lay the wax on, they kind of get a warning. I lay the wax on, lay the strip on, and I have them take a few deep breaths. If they like, I kind of gauge if they're an artist surprise type of person or if they need some reassurance. So I usually have them count and then I'll rip. And so I guess it's very customizable per person. I feel their anxiety. I feel their anxiousness, and I just want to ease it. So,
Nice.
yes.
Wow. You are a true technician and an artist at your trade.
I try. I really care.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too. We were talking before we went live.
Should I answer that question? There's a question
Yeah,
right there.
absolutely.
Yes, because when you're pregnant, you can't exactly look where you're shaving. So, yes.
It's very common that a lot of women will either have their husbands do it or they'll go and get a Brazilian done. It's very common that happens. You know, as women, you know, like the further you go in pregnancy, as she was stating, you know, the harder it is to be able to gauge that. And like that's a very sensitive area. Like you don't want to be.
It is.
You don't want to like mess with that.
But also, I want women to know that they don't have to do anything down there too. It's okay
Right.
to have hair down there.
Right.
It's natural. It's fine. But if they also want to get waxed, know that you can.
Absolutely.
And just make sure you do your research. Look at the reviews. Go to someone who's trusted, or referrals. I always tell my friends who are kind of curious about it, I tell them you don't have to come to me. Go to someone who you trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Melissa was saying she's gonna come see you.
Oh, is
Yeah,
she?
for facial.
Oh,
So it's important that you tell people like your address, where
Yeah,
they
we
can
do.
hold you,
yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
We're talking
Say it
And
again before the end of the show.
oh, I'm
We'll do that
located in. At the end of the show.
Right now.
Oh,
can do
right
it
now.
whenever.
now.
You can do
Okay.
it many times.
I'm located in Alternatives. It's 612 East Longview Drive. It's across the street from Bethesda. It's in Appleton. I'm also on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram too.
What are your tags on that?
The Skin Studio.
What he said, V Skin Studio. I had to think about that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What do we have for kombucha this week?
I just replaced the kombucha during the show.
Okay.
We have lemon citrus, acai berry, chamomile melon, but I think it's kind of deceiving to say what do we have this week. I think it's like, what do we have right now? Because
Yeah,
it's
Before
gonna
it
be
sells
sold
out.
Sells out really
It'll
fast.
probably be different tomorrow. So,
Probably.
but yeah, Harry, what do you think about the lemon citrus?
That was amazing.
Very refreshing.
It was good.
Mojito vibes.
Mojito vibes.
Hey.
You getting the feels like the zest of a lemon.
Yeah, I like
Zest
it.
of
It
it.
is, it is really good.
What's the one that I have?
That's a mix.
It's a mixture. All of them.
Two good ones of the last batch.
Two of the good ones of the last batch.
Yeah, sorry I put it in such a weird
I was a
angle.
little
That's fine. I got it.
sip of that. I'm like,
Remind people that we take FSA and HSA.
Valerie, I'm just glad that you have the purest of intentions and you truly want others to be themselves and love themselves as much as they can until they level up, until they can become who they would want to love. You know what I'm saying?
I love that you say level up. I'm such a nerd and I think of video games.
It's ascension process. There's many levels.
My fiance and I, we play Dungeons and Dragons with his sister and brother-in-law. And,
Like pen and paper?
oh yeah, but my fiance, he's a graphic designer. He's very artsy, so he actually did digital art for it, and
That's cool.
he has a soundtrack. He's a DM and he has a soundtrack for it and everything.
Dude.
He is fantastic.
Wow. See, you're a good dungeon master.
Mm-hmm.
We should play Dungeons and Dragons here at Floatlight. We have our own.
It's fun.
Never played, man. I just know I'm a mage.
I've never brought that.
I feel like he would like it though.
Cool.
Also, guys, don't forget, we also accept HSA and FSA.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So, keep it in mind.
Anybody who's coming for the second time.
Yep.
book a
Oh,
massage.
yes. Anybody who comes for the second float or second experience is here at Float, second time. Second. Only on your second time it works. You will get $10 off of each service. So you can get $10 off of massage and $10 off of a float. Or separate them either, or you can get just $10 off the massage, or you can get just $10 off the float on your second visits. Cody.
Can I charge? Yes.
Yes.
We'll get that set up, Cody. You can literally call in or update the card on file right now if you want with FSA or HSA card, and you're good to go. Online.
Hope you got that. Any?
March 21st is the community public market.
Yeah,
That's going to be big. Dan and I are going to be.
Yep.
Come fill up your growlers.
We'll have,
Beautiful.
We'll have eight kegs on tap.
Come try out new flavors.
So we'll on March 21st from 9 to 3
Autocorrect.
at the Thought Cities Expo Center. We will be doing another farmers market there. We'll have 8 flavors on tap, so you can come and fill your growlers or your growlettes with us. We will be there. It's just going to continue to get bigger and more popular. So you can come try out any of the flavors, any of the kinds you like, and you can fill up your growlers there as well.
Leap local.
And we have our Leap Local
This is a downtown event.
downtown event.
All
I have
business-
nothing.
You don't have any information?
No.
You want me to say it just
Yeah,
quick?
but you got
I'll
it.
just say it. I'm just going to say it quick. Because otherwise... Okay, so Appleton down... Appleton downtown, the entire strip, there's like a Leap Local. Apparently there's an extra day. I don't know anything about it. Every business decided it's 29% off, although Floatlight did not get the memo. But come support downtown. We really love it down here. It's amazing community. We love the arts. We just love people, and we love you. Always.
And we already have sales. We've been having sales. 50% off merchandise. Come on in and get a sweater. Finally get that
Everyone
in.
out
So
there in the
comfortable.
world.
Waterproof.
All right, Megan, you're back.
I know. That's what I just.
I don't know if there's anything else. That's it.
Just promoting yours.
What? You want to say that live, right? Okay. I'm kidding.
Alrighty. Any final words, V?
That's a good question. Check out my website. Come and get a skin treatment or a Brazilian if you want. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I am an open book, and I try to respond very, very quickly. So.
Damn me.
And if you have acne, it's not your fault. Remember that.
Final words from me.
Oh, Daniel, you should give announcements to your class.
If you would like to come on in to Floatlight and see other techniques and ways to become more aware of your body, your breath, and unlock your mind, come on in and ask about the Wim Hof events that are going to happen during the summer. But final words for me are breathe in, pat around, and realize you are here, you are alive, and it's your time to shine. So step up.
You're so inspirational.
Thank you.
Sounds like damn. Alrighty, guys. Thank y'all for coming out every week, as every other week, as always. Final words for me today are gonna kind of leave you on a question. We've been talking a lot about healing and this confidence thing. You know, V and I were talking about this before live today, and she was talking about how she boasts all of her clients and gives them this confidence to be beautiful and brave. And she made the comment about it herself not being that way. She said that I'm working on it. I really, truly am. And I said, well, how can you heal somebody if you don't heal yourself? How can you love somebody if you don't love yourself? Those are my final words.
Nice words.
It says the rhythm of the night.
Only 3 seconds.